Things are happening that could take us to war if we don't make the correct move here.
There will be a high price to pay for Russia if they once again use force against the independent sovereign nation, Ukraine.
And any renewed aggression would trigger serious consequences.
The UK is very clear. Any military incursion by Russia into Ukraine would be a strategic mistake. The Russian government should expect significant strategic consequences. The costs of an incursion would be catastrophically high. Let us be very clear. We stand by Ukraine, and we are considering an extension of purely defensive support to Ukraine to help Ukraine defend itself. Putin needs to de-escalate now and return to diplomatic channels.
It's important at moments such as these that we can send a united message from all sides of this House that the UK is resolute in our support for the sovereignty, the independence and the territorial integrity of Ukraine. The Ukrainians want a democratic future, they want to choose their own path and their own political destiny. It's essential.
For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of God Almighty.
Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon.
For the West, Russia's buildup of troops along the border is an escalation.
We're aware of Russia's actions for a long time, and my expectation is they're going to have a long discussion. I don't accept anybody's red line.
Russia says it's the US and NATO that are responsible for any tensions. The threat on our western border is really growing. See how close NATO military infrastructure has moved to Russia's borders. This is more than serious for us.
The U.S. military flew a record number of spy planes over the South China Sea in November, a Chinese think tank says, as tensions between the world's two largest economies simmer. The U.S. also expanded its flight range last month by sending a patrol aircraft over the Taiwan Strait that came within about 16 nautical miles of China's territorial waters, the think tank reported. It did not say what the previous distance was. Planes from the People's Liberation Army regularly fly near Taiwan, which China considers a renegade province, to be reunified by force if necessary. Last week, China sent 27 fighter jets into Taiwan's Southwest Air Defense Identification Zone, after a U.S. lawmaker defied a Chinese demand that she abandon a trip to the island.
And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in divers places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. Now the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son, and children shall rise up against their parents, and shall cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Aiming to defuse the situation, a video call is scheduled this Tuesday between Vladimir Putin and Joe Biden. Washington has threatened severe economic sanctions and more US troops on the ground in Eastern Europe if Moscow doesn't back down.
If Russia chooses to move forward with any plans it may have developed to continue its military aggression or to aggress militarily, we and our allies would be prepared to act.
It's a prospect as terrifying as it is unthinkable. A military showdown between two nuclear-armed superpowers, the United States and China. A conflict that could reshape the world order. But leading minds on the looming war with China.
It's going to be waged on an economic front. It's going to be waged on a social affairs front. They're going to come at us all ways.
Putin sees Ukraine's close relationship with the West as a threat to Russia and has warned that Kiev moving to join NATO would be a red line. NATO currently has 4 international battalions in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania and Poland, aimed at deterring a Russian attack.
You had a plan to retaliate if they killed Americans.
David, we had a plan to retaliate if Americans had died.